NVIDIA is now an AI company. And
Has
speaking of
been.
NVIDIA, we're going to get to some volume profiles by request. Garrett, hang with me. Got to cover NVIDIA. Parents saying that this is trending on Twitter today, obviously, with its earnings report and its AI chatter trying to trigger those algos. All right, so yes, it is technically a power earnings gap and go. We're hanging right where we were on Valentine's Day, actually. So we're loving this area up here. NVIDIA is not going to excite me as a strong bull move unless we catch 241. Whoa,
Mhm.
241 is the, as we like to say, the line in the sand right here. Should we miss this and then roll back over? This is going to be a fake out. We
Mhm.
got to claim this area up here. Can it happen today? Not necessarily, but it needs to claim this area in the next few sessions, or we're going straight back to doomsday. All right, next up, we're going to catch up with SPY. Now, we still have not broken below our point of control on SPY. There's also some moving averages here as well, to be fair. So what I'm tracking is a rollover back up to the value area high of 415. The only way I'll be proven wrong is a break below this point of control, and then ultimately a break below the value area. That's a 381 area in SPY. Garrett, what are your thoughts on NVIDIA and SPY right now as we are up a little bit pre-market?
Yeah, so SPY's sitting at around 400 right now. And again, capital has been flowing out of this market over the last 2 days, Voz. And what's really important, you have to look at ETF flow the last week. There was about $3.3 billion taken out of the SPY in the last week. High yield bond ETFs, also 2 billion or so. Short treasury bonds are moving higher on the ETF side. So that's concerning. I don't I'm kind of sitting this out because S&P 500 momentum is negative right now. It could go positive this morning as a result of the Alibaba and the NVIDIA side. So I do think that if we can clear the specific bar, you can get back to the 14 level. But I'm looking at NVIDIA, and I'm looking at what happened yesterday. This stock is going to be trading at 120 times sales probably today. It's going to be trading at price to revenue somewhere north of 20. Free cash flow fell precipitously. This is going to be trading at about 150 times free cash flow. This company is turning into a Tesla-like situation where it's becoming almost a cult stock. It's very reminiscent of what happened with Cisco back in 2000. Now, that said, that doesn't mean that these stocks can't just continue to run. I listened to some kid last night tell me that this was going to 350. And when I asked why, he said, because AI, AI. He said, well, venture capital, if you're a venture capital and you're an AI, you have to use NVIDIA chips. That makes sense until you realize that the venture capital fundraising just had one of its worst quarters, not in the last 5 years, ever. So this is kind of bleeding up right now. I look at it and I say to myself, this has been up 110%. The purpose of a market is to sell. So if this squeezes higher, I think a lot of funds and a lot of the retail investors who have made 100% on their money in 53 days are going to dump this stock. And if we remain in a negative momentum environment, I see this stock moving lower. I'm not budging. I still think the stock's going to 140, 150. It's just there's a rational exuberance right now around AI. And with this Q4 productivity number and the GDP number going lower, if we head into a recession, these are the first stocks that are going to get hit really, really hard. But for now, 245, sure, why not?
Garrett, what you're mentioning is a parabolic move. And you can
Mm-hmm.
catch these in the volume profile. I'm going to show this briefly on my chart. When you have a value area breakout, it does take some time to build volume where you're going to have the value area shift higher. That's this brightly colored area here. We have not had that. And we've had this move
Correct.
since mid-January. So that
Correct.
is confirming a parabolic move. Like you said, doesn't mean the stock can't go higher. But again, we need to claim this area, and we do need more volume to kick in order to shift the value area higher, which does happen in a healthy uptrend. If you don't
Well,
have
that's
that, it is elevator down because you have no
the other,
support. You know what I mean?
the other. Yeah, the other element, you got average volume on the stock at around 46 million. Short interest is about 40 million. So that's about a day and a half, should be about a day and a half to unwind that. There could be a squeeze today, but then
Hmm.
once that squeeze is done, this can turn right back around and move lower. So again, I will be day trading this with NVDS, and I will use the volume weighted average price as the tool to do so. And if we get a
Sweet.
breakout on the NVDS, which is the inverse ETF, that's where I will buy puts and relatively short dated puts on NVDA. But I got to be very, very disciplined in this trade, and I have to wait for the exact conditions because again, we're moving back into overbought conditions on this. Very clear. This has become something that retail's going to chase. Again, I can't explain the metrics here. I can't justify, no matter how high the growth is for AI, I can't justify a stock trading at 20 times sales. I just can't.
Hmm.
I've seen this end badly 9 out of 10 times, unless it turns into a Tesla situation where at that point nobody cares and everybody's just buying it up. It's interesting to see Kathy Wood's ETF up today on this news. ARK Innovation Fund doesn't own NVIDIA.
Well, no surprises there. I mean, no surprises there, Garrett. But honestly, hear that, Twitter, I'm talking to you. Little Voz situation here. You're the wrong ticker symbols trending. It's not NVIDIA you should be searching for. It's NVDS, baby, the short NVIDIA Bear Daily ETF. Okay.